Hi, and welcome to Hank's Place. Have you ever had one of those days where a storm of life just seemed to descend upon you and you didn't know where it came from or what you were going to do about it? Well, that's happened too to the disciples, and we can learn from it. Let's learn from it today. Our storm is found in Mark chapter 4, verses 36 to 41. It had been a busy day of ministry, and as evening approached, Jesus gets into a boat with his disciples and he instructs them, let's cross over to the other side. After they set sail, Jesus falls asleep on a cushion in the back of the boat. They hadn't been sailing that long when an epic storm, one of seismic proportions according to Matthew, descends upon them. Even the seasoned fishermen were terrified, for these huge waves were just washing over the boat, covering it. Have you ever been in that kind of storm, friend, out of nowhere, and it looks like your whole life is going to be capsized and you're going to go down with the boat? Where's Jesus? Well, he's there, but he's asleep. Doesn't he care? That's exactly what the disciples say when they wake him up. Jesus stands up, speaks to the wind and waves, saying, "Hush, be still." Immediately it's quiet. He asks them why they were afraid, why they had no faith. Friend, don't be afraid. Have faith today. If you're in Christ, Jesus is with you. Yes, there will be sudden storms of life that come upon you. Know this, that Jesus is with you, even if he appears to be sleeping for the moment. Take courage, fear not, speak to that storm of life, just like Jesus did. You, as a Christian, are a little anointed one. Use his name. There's authority in his name. Do it. You'll see things change. Let's look at a second storm. Matthew chapter 14, verses 22 to 33. It's been a full day of ministry. How about you feeding 5,000 men, plus women, plus children? Maybe 15 to 20,000 people. Are you a little tired? I bet you are. Jesus tells the disciples to get in a boat, cross over to the other side. He will dismiss the crowds. Well, that happens. Jesus goes up on a mountain. He's praying, and he sees them at night on the lake. They've been rowing maybe 6 or 8 hours after feeding 15 to 20,000 people. You think they're tired? You bet they're tired. Why have they been rowing so long? Because the winds have been contrary. It's a storm of life, but not a big storm. It's an exhausting storm. I bet some of you have been in those storms. You just get exhausted. It's not any one thing. It's a whole bunch of little things, and you are just worn out. Well, look at that. Here comes Jesus, walking on the water to them. Here's the takeaway. If the disciples were in trouble, Jesus wanted to be with them. If you're in trouble, Jesus is coming to you. He wants to be with you. Do you understand it? Do you get it? Here he comes. He's passing by. Now, you may not understand the truth that Christ is always in you and you are in him. That's okay. I want you to learn from this pre-Calvary story. Jesus draws near to you if you're in a time of difficulty. Now, what do you do about it? Easy. Reach out to Jesus. Call out to Jesus. Ask him for help in your time of need. I guarantee you'll get it, for Jesus is faithful. And from that experience of the living God coming to you, helping you in your time of need, you will come alive. That's a wrap.